So now we are getting ready for our ingredients for our bacalaito. So I have here purpose flour, onion powder, garlic powder, some sofrito. If you don't know how to make sofrito, I got the recipe below. Also boneless bacalao, whole oregano, and sazon. Okay, it's only a few ingredients for this recipe. So we are going to go over to the sink next. Here I am grabbing my bacalao and I am running it under water to rinse out all the salt that comes with it. So at this point I'm only making a small amount of recipe, so I'm only going to use 2 fillets, but you could watch as many as you need. So as you can see, I'm rinsing it out pretty good. And now I'm going to add water to this pot, take it to the stove and boil it for 10 to 15 minutes. So here it has boiled already for at least 15 minutes. All that white stuff that you see is really the salt that comes out of the bacalao that was remaining in it. You could boil longer than this if you like. I don't like to boil it that long, so at this point I'm going to go ahead and remove it from the stove. And now here I am chopping it up with the fork. Again, this part is preference. If you like the pieces to be real tiny, you make it real tiny. If you like your pieces to be bigger, you make it bigger. It's all preference at this point. So this is fine for me, this size. Now we're gonna start with our dry ingredients. And I'm gonna make batter enough to make 5 to 6 bacalaitos. So 1 cup of all-purpose flour is enough. Here I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of my onion powder, about another teaspoon of my garlic powder, and I'm gonna add the whole envelope of the sazon. Now, you know, different people like different type of sazon. There's different brands that you are welcome to use. And if you don't like coloring in your sazon, just use one that doesn't have any coloring. That's just fine. And here I am crushing my oregano, so I'm adding about a teaspoon of the whole dry oregano. And believe me, this oregano, when you crush it, it gives it such a good flavor. I am so telling you. And I'm gonna go ahead and add 1 tablespoon of sofrito. And if you like more sofrito, by all means, add more to yours. For mine, I feel sufficient 1 tablespoon. So now I'm gonna start mixing it together on my dry ingredients. So they are mixed already together. So now I'm gonna go ahead and bring over my bacalao water, which at this point it is still kind of warm, kind of hot. So I'm gonna go ahead and add ice cold water to it so I could bring it to room temperature, and also so I could dilute some of the water in the salt in the water. And I'm whisking it. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start adding my water to my dry ingredients. And you are one to do this little bit at a time. Remember, you could always add, but you cannot take away, okay? So just go, as you know, 1 step at a time until you get it to the texture that you want. You want the texture of your bacalaito mixture to be smooth and also almost like a pancake mixture. As you can see, I am going little by little. So at this point, I would consider this good, but it's kind of thick. Some people like their mixture thick. So at this point, this is what I would consider thick. Now I am testing it to make sure that the seasoning is good. If at this point you feel it's a little salty, just add a little bit more flour and plain water and you should be good. But my mixture came out just fine. The ingredients are just fine. I like mine to be a little thinner, so I went ahead and added a little bit more of my water. As you can see, you mix it, and you do this really good before you add your bacalao to it, because you don't want to break up your bacalao. So now at this point, I am adding my bacalao to mine. And if you like more bacalao in your batter, then you add more bacalao. Again, you make the recipe your own. So I am folding it with a fork because I don't want it breaking it up. I want to keep my pieces nice and, you know, nice size. So when I bite into it. So here I am laying my first bacalaito. I used one of my cooking spoons to measure it out. You could use a tiny little cup. It's all up to you. When I lay the bacalaito down, I like to let it cook for at least like 30 seconds before I add the next one. And the reason I do that is so they won't stick together. And it'll be more easy to manage. As you can see, I'm able to turn it and manage it pretty good without them sticking together. And I will continue this process until I get all my bacalaitos that I want to fry up. But look how beautiful that's coming along. And it smells so good in this kitchen, okay? Also, when I remove my bacalaitos from the fire, I have this little rack that I like to stand them in. So like that, any excess oil that is in the bacalaito, I remove it. Also, I've been cooking my bacalaito on medium-high heat. Okay? And bacalaito, they cook very quickly, so you do not want to walk away from them because you got to turn them about 2 times on each side and they are done. Okay? Look how beautiful that is. Ooh. And they are so tasty, guys. And also, this is a quick, easy recipe, you know, that you could feed your family if you just got home and your kids are hungry, and then you could whip this up really quick and feed them this until it's time for dinner time. The same thing if you have visitors. And I'm telling you, you're gonna love this. Here I'm removing the little pieces that were left from other bacalaitos out of the oil before I continue to cook the rest of my bacalaito. And this is it, guys. This is my bacalaitos. They are nice and crispy. And if you like yours a little lighter, just cook it less time. I like mine nice and crispy. They be tender inside, but crispy in the outside. Look at that. That's golden gold right there, guys. And I'm telling you, this is some good stuff. I ate this up and I paired it up with some coconut water because I like my coconut water. But here is, see, look at the bacalaito inside of that. You see that? It's nice and tender inside, but crispy in the outside, and that's what you want. Well, thank you for coming from my channel, and I will see you until next time. Do not forget to subscribe. Have a great day.